Nothing is worse than a homeowner canceling on you after you sign the deal. And this happens for both retail and storm damage roofs. And especially with storm damage roofs, after you put in all this work getting the homeowner approved, working with the adjuster, maybe even supplementing, and then they put $30,000 in their pocket and they say, hey, we're gonna shop around, or they ghost you, or they say someone could do it cheaper, or they even turn back to you and say, hey, I want your estimate now. These deals go south and it is infuriating. So in today's video, which by the way was inspired by Ryan M. Ryan, thank you, man. Ryan messaged me, it's why I'm at my office right now. He messaged me saying, dude, I just had another customer cancel. I don't know what's going on. I need your help. It was after I got literally $30,000 put in their pocket. So in today's video, I want to break down why people cancel and what you can do to protect your jobs so they don't cancel in the future. And one thing that I just want to be crystal clear that we are not doing is talking about those forceful techniques that people do use to keep people from canceling, like, you know, roof loading material. So they literally are like locked in. I don't agree with that technique. I'm going to go a little deeper on the sales side. So before we do, welcome back. Adam Bensman here, the roof strategist. And everything that I do is designed to help you and your team smash your income goal and give every customer an amazing experience. And if you like what I'm putting out here, you're gonna love what's inside my free training center. There's a link in the description and there's no catch. So hop in there right now, go check it out. I got training for new sales reps, seasoned sales reps, even information for owners, leaders, you name it. It's all waiting for you inside. All right, let's hit cancellations. First, I want to do a bit of a dedication to my storm damage friends selling hail, wind, or hurricane claims. Number one question that I asked Ryan was, are you using a contingency agreement? And I know this is a can of worms. Some people are way against it. Spoiler alert, I'm way for it. If you want to learn more about why, go watch the video that I've linked up at the top of this with a card that says contingency agreements, yes or no. And I break down, I weigh the pros and cons of both sides because some people are so pro contingency, got to use them, which I'm that person, by the way. And the others that say, no, I refuse to. And I address both, and you'll see at the end, I'm like, you got to do what works. But when I see lots of cancellations, if you're getting a lot of them, there's usually two reasons for this. Reason number one is that they're not using a contingency agreement, or reason number two is they're not using it appropriately, meaning they're not going through and setting the right expectations with the homeowner. You see, when we're dealing in a storm damage claim, homeowners don't realize how much time, how much energy, expertise, and man hours are going into serving that customer. Whereas if it was a retail deal, we get called out, we show up, we do an estimate, they say, yay, we want to do it, great, and then the job's done. But on the storm side, we show up, we give them that same presentation, we go through everything, and then we have to meet with the adjuster, review the paperwork, supplement, invoice, chase receivables. There's so much more work that goes into serving the customer and getting them made whole. And I think it's fair to say that if contractors like us were not involved, there'd be a lot of folks that would have been shortchanged. It's just how it goes. So with that contingency, what's often missing is going through what I call the 3 key points. And if you want more on this, I don't want to make this video go too long. So jump into my playlist called Using the Contingency Agreement as a Closing Tool. And if you want to just follow my system for yourself or for your team, you can check out my sales system. There's a link to the roofing sales success formula beneath this video. Or you can text the word demo, D-E-M-O, to 303-222-7133. We'll tour you around so you can see and decide for yourself. So again, those 3 bullet points in the contingency agreement are designed to get the homeowner acknowledging that they're not being billed for the time, energy, and expertise. And we say we're not billing you for them. Like, wait a minute, there's energy involved? Yeah. Okay, when they understand that their contribution is their deductible, no more, no less, we remove all their risk, that they're not going to be locked in, and that we become the contractor of choice. If those key points are not drilled in, then the homeowner leaves just thinking that they were forced to sign some piece of paper or not, or a handshake deal, and they didn't realize it was formal. They don't acknowledge how much work is involved, okay? So again, the contingency is a big piece. Number 2 fix is to set crystal clear expectations. And what do I mean by that? People need to know what happens next. I'm gonna ask you a question. When was the last time you watched a movie? Do you remember part way through the movie that you predicted, I'm gonna guess, how it ended? Yeah, that's human nature. We predict how things are gonna end. And if we don't write that narrative for our homeowners, telling them how the movie is gonna end or working with us, they start writing it on their own. So if I don't end every single visit letting them know what's going to happen next, they start writing their own narrative. And I don't want that, because more often than not, they're not right and they're doing themselves a disservice. So I'm going to let them know what's going to happen, both on my side, how we're going to service that customer, as well as what could happen from competitors. Specifically, again, I know I'm giving a lot of nods to the my storm friends here, because cancellations are much higher in that world than in retail. Retail, it's usually the same thing. I found someone to do it cheaper, which is why collecting a deposit and kickstarting that project right away is so important. And the same thing on the storm side. As we initiate, hey, this is what our team's going to be doing. We're going to be waiting for you to give us a buzz when the adjuster's coming out with the time and date, yada, yada, and then lay the groundwork. And then if you're involved in the project after that, start saying, hey, we're reviewing the scope, we're preparing the supplement, we're doing this stuff, you're going to be expecting this is how the install is going to go. You have to lay out all of the steps and then alert them of what could happen. Say, unfortunately, many unscrupulous contractors are going to try to snake business away. They're offering things that are unethical, quite frankly, illegal. If anyone shows up, just let them know you're working with someone, because you do not want to get wrapped up in that stuff, okay? So again, letting them know what's going to happen next. Tip number 3 is we want to excite the homeowner afterwards with what's called purchase validation. So yeah, you did a great job deciding to work with us, as opposed to them having buyer's remorse, which is the opposite. So one thing that salespeople often forget to do is to excite their customers. Hey, Peggy, congratulations. I am so excited to be working with you, and you made an excellent choice working with me and the team over at The Roof Strategist, or your company name. We are dedicated to making things right and doing an incredible job for you. Next steps. Behind the scenes, the team is high-fiving for the opportunity to serve another amazing human being like yourself. I'm going to be working on X, Y, and Z. I need you to do this for me when you hear from the adjuster, and we're going to be off to the races, ready to go. And again, when people see that you've put even more into it, you have the clear expectations, you get them excited right after, and you stay in touch with your customers, your cancellations will drastically reduce. And my 4th and final tip for you is this. You need to move things along quickly and stay in communication with your customers. So move things along and stay in communication. And I believe that you should stay in communication at least weekly, even if there is no update. Because if things sit, people wonder, are they on it? Did they forget? What's happening next? So when you stay in touch with people, even if there's no update, hey, just want you to know I'm on it. No update yet, still waiting on blank. Hey, just wanted you to know we ordered your material. There's a slight backlog, blah, blah, blah. Delivery is expected here. Just want you to know I'm getting working on your scope of loss, so I have all my notes prepared to meet with your adjuster. Again, they see that you have skin in the game and that you've already begun working on things. So when you do all of this together, present the contingency agreement by using it, present it the right way, set clear expectations about what's going to happen when you use purchase validation, and you excite the snot out of people from working with you, and then you move things along really quickly so it feels as if the project is in motion. You're going to watch your cancellation rates plummet and hopefully go away. I know every once in a while you'll get one, but this is going to help a ton. Now, I hope this video helps you secure more deals by delivering an amazing experience for your customers, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. And when we can do that and get paid via thank you notes, hey, thank you so much for the opportunity, or for helping us through this project, that homeowner is literally handing you a check as they say thank you. And that is the ultimate compliment. And my mission is to collect as many thank you notes as possible. How about you? All right, that's all for this video. Just because our time here is about to wrap up doesn't mean your and my time has to. So if you want to stay on this topic and learn more, jump into the using the contingency agreement as a closing tool playlist. I'm gonna put a link to that one right here. And if you haven't yet done it, I'd love to have you inside my free training center. You can get a taste for what we do here and see and decide for yourself if maybe what I've got might be good for you or your team. And there's a link right here. And of course, if you're interested in working with me at all, there's links in the description. Thanks for joining me in today's video. Can't wait to see you on the next one. See ya.